That's right.
Ray's got a cock on his chest.
I got a goose on my chest.
That's a goose. That was a goose.
Love the way it slowly rose.
Yeah, like the longer you're a vegetarian, you just become like less aware of poultry and stuff like that.
Like, I don't know.
Like if I showed you a cow, would you know what it is?
I mean, I'd know, like, a general cow. I wouldn't be like, oh, that's a
general
Highland.
cow.
Yeah, it's
What, like in the higher.
Yeah, I don't know where it would stand in the hierarchy of cows. I don't know whether it'd be a good cow or a shit cow, or a good cow. Is there a shit cow?
A shit cow
Like
is
a
a good
cow?
cow.
Like a dairy like the Dairy cow. Is that a good cow or is that a shit cow?
That is a fake cow.
So a shit cow.
The more you know.
Drink it again and prove it.
No, because I've spat in it now, and it's like spat.
You spat in it with your own spit. It's fine.
Do you think that coffee, when it's cold, smells different?
How long has it been cold for, Steff?
Like, I'd say it's about 10 minutes cold.
10 minutes from being hot, or?
Oh, it was like
from the kettle.
It was like a drink. No, it was about 50 minutes from the kettle.
Ooh.
I love how you're using time as a measurement of temperature. How cold is it? About 10 minutes. Yeah, that's logical. That's what a normal human being would say.
Well, I don't have a thermometer.
Well,
like a cup
apparently
thermometer.
The reason you don't like
You are the
like
thermometer,
coffee lukewarm. Apparently, why people don't like coffee lukewarm is because they have to drink it hot or cold, because the bitterness is too overpowering for your mouth when it's at room temperature. So it needs to be at like an extreme temperature for your mouth to be able to handle it.
So who's drinking cold coffee?
You just did it and spat it
out. I clearly didn't. I just spat it back out because it, like, how'd you get a drink to be room temperature? Why doesn't it stay room temperature?
It's the temperature of the room.
Yeah, but it's cold.
It means the room's cold.
No, the room is.
It gets colder in the evening, Steff. It's getting colder.
You're wearing a hoodie, Steff. You're not really selling this.
I'm like bare-chested under here, though, so it's not really.
Oh, hoodie to flesh is wrong. I don't know why. There's just something not quite right about it.
It is what happens when you work from an armchair from 9 to 5. Your standards kind of go out the window. I put skinny jeans on Tuesday to go to the shop. It's the first time I've put jeans on in like a week. Oh, felt like putting on a pair of pajamas. Like, do you remember? I remember what the feeling of putting on a new pair of pajamas used to feel like, but now I just wear the same ones every day.
Yeah.
So putting skinny jeans on was like the replacement for putting on some pajamas or some loungewear. Oh, it was glorious.
Things that excite us. So, do you want to start?
Oh yeah. Hello. Welcome to Tables, Lads, and Chairs. We've got a graphic at the bottom.
Are you just going to read everything? Is this like Anchorman? He really does just read whatever you put in front of him.
I thought it was being Ron Burgundy. News, baby.
All right,
we're off to a flying start. We're only like 53 minutes late. It's fine. Welcome. It's Thursday, the fucking 500th day of April, and day 900 of quarantine. My name's Steff. Probably on the left is Danny the Crane. That way's the left. This is fucking annoying. Danny Flop
on my screen.
Danny the Flop, and Raider of the Lost Ark, Ray Husan. Anyway, so how are we doing this week, folks? Danny Flop, you've been running on a beach.
Yeah, I do that regularly now. I run along the beach.
Do you prefer beach running than gravel running?
Yeah, gravel running is not really what my forte.
Wait, Steff, there's gravel in your courtyard outside your flat. Are you just running in your courtyard every day?
Running in squares. Just squares.
Right, is this your measurement for running? Like, I run a whole square today. What's Usain Bolt's record in a square?
Exactly, right? World records are only limited to what you perceive a world record to be, or what's in the book. So if you really want to challenge world records, I bet you there's nothing in there for like the most amount of like crumpled paper you can stick in your mouth. You too could have a record.
I feel like that's a Darwin Award waiting to happen.
I mean, no one's gonna die from sticking paper in their gob, are they? Or maybe they would. Maybe
If
don't do
you're
that one.
sticking a world record amount in your mouth, then probably, yeah.
Sticking the
Well,
Guinness Book World Records in your
You've
mouth.
got a
The whole
nose. You don't
book.
have to breathe through your mouth. You've got a nose.
Yeah, but you can
It
still
all goes down the
choke
same
on the
tube.
paper.
Well, don't push it that far in. It's fine.
Yeah, but you're going for a world record. Like, go broke or go home, mate.
But it's the first one, so you don't even have to try that hard.
One piece
No
of
one's done
paper, Mr. Guinness man.
Yeah, that counts. I guess if no one's done it, that's
Yeah,
that's
because
the
no one's done
official
it
record.
before.
One.
You're only limited to what your imagination can
Yeah,
do.
but you do
know?
realize if you did that, like, I'd just be like on the phone straight away, be like, I could do 2.
Right? And I reckon, I'm not going to blow my own horn yet, but I reckon I can do about 5.
Yeah, but Steph, this is how this all escalates because you do 1, I do 2, Ray does 3, and it keeps going until one of us does a dangerous amount of paper.
Well, I just start doing something else. I diversify. Maybe I stick
Bleach in your mouth.
I've got nothing. Maybe I stick remotes. No, never mind.
Okay, this
I'd
is
love to see you
Anyway,
throwing a remote,
we've lost
Steph.
the point. I've lost the point. Ray, how's your isolation going? You had sunburn or something like that.
Yeah, man, I've got sunburn. It's beautiful. It's absolutely lovely. To be
Where is
able
your
to sit
sunburn? Because you still look pale.
on my skin. That's mostly because of the light, so my forehead looks
Ah.
particularly shiny. But yeah, it doesn't show, but there's a tan. It's just a bright light. It's getting better. It's getting better. It doesn't sting, so that's the main thing.
Oh,
I'm not peeling away like when I open my bed sheets. That's good.
oh that's good. That's usually what happens to me.
Especially
good.
after download.
Oh, especially after that download. And that day at the beach.
That day at the beach.
That day at the beach. In Tenby. Anyway. News,
Good
baby.
story.
Anyway, so as we all know, we are now stuck in like day 9,000 of quarantine. It's starting to feel that way now as well. But we've got 3 more weeks of this. 3 more weeks. Yay.
At least. Probably more.
At least 3 more weeks. Yeah, but tell yourself it's only 3 weeks. For your own sanity.
2 weeks
anyway,
and 6 days.
2 weeks and 6 days at this stage. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Do you remember the clocks went forward? That was nice, wasn't it? Because that was 1 less hour indoors. So.
Same amount of time, though.
Shut up.
No.
You got to find the positive somewhere, don't you? Anyway, so it's not all doom and gloom. Does anyone have any good news? Ray, do you have any good news? Danny, do you have any good news?
Do you want to start, Danny?
Yeah, well, my first piece of good news is Sam Raimi is directing Doctor Strange 2.
What?
Oh, yeah, it's been confirmed.
You tricked the guy with the cue cards there. That's
yeah. I knew you were going for that, so I thought I'd get in before you. But yeah, that was just a quick thing I wanted to get out of the way. But my actual news story that I've prepared for today, get ready, Ray, is woman dating Chandelier has discrimination case thrown out of court. Beautiful, just beautiful. So this is one of those headlines where when you see it, you don't want to actually read it.
What the fuck is she doing?
I believe she's kissing it, Steff.
So is that what kissing is?
She's an objectosexual.
I'm suddenly not into it.
I'm
going off the idea.
I read the article, and her actual lawsuit was against the Sun newspaper because the Sun referred to her and the Chandelier as dim and dimmer.
All right. I hate the Sun, but
I hate the Sun,
kudos.
but I hate the Sun as well. But it's just one of those things where, I mean, she's not even harming anybody, but at the same time, it looks fucking ridiculous. But
it does.
It's a weird one. Anyway,
let's have another look at her again. She's not. I mean, is it a good chandelier? What defines a good chandelier?
Apparently, the chandelier is around 90 years old.
Oh, okay, so it's
It's a silver fox in the
yeah,
chandelier world.
sugar daddy of
Mate,
chandeliers.
like,
Mm.
that's so weird.
Sorry, let's get Danny
It's
back on
not
screen here.
like as bad as those guys that are like in love with their cars and stick their willies in the petrol tank, though, is it? So I suppose it's fine.
Yeah, like
You
it's
can reach into
completely
the petrol
harmless.
tank, can you?
I mean, not me personally. I'm quite short, but you know.
Yeah, it's the same as people like the lady who kept trying to have sex with the Eiffel Tower. She kept rubbing against it, and
Oh,
people who have married gates and stuff. It's quite a common thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there was a Channel 4 documentary about it years ago. Kind of quite interesting.
That's fair enough.
that's weird.
I bet it's a Louis Theroux thing. That sounds like a Louis.
I
So
don't
why
think it
is it
was
you
Louis
think that
Theroux,
you
but
love the gates? It's just like, but yeah,
He seems like a man who'd run away with a gate or a lamppost.
he was, dude.
um,
He was there with that whole Joe Exotic Tiger King thing. He was there way earlier. Like he did his interview
That
with
was good.
him fucking yonks ago.
We've done 10 minutes before we mentioned Tiger King. That was well done, team.
11:53 it says for me.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm short-sighted.
Okay.
what you mean?
Once
You
we go
didn't see
after the
that
9
coming?
barrier, it's all 10 minutes.
The night barrier. Okay. Uh, well, I've got some news that's a little strange. Two different sets of news. Both have like I'm move my hand over there then.
See, you're doing it now. It's weird because the
Because
orientation's all
because it's
wrong.
mirrored. That's right. Yeah.
Should we?
Science.
Yeah, it's weird.
Magnets. How do they work?
How do they
So
work?
both my sets of news have a similar theme to it. So I am going to start with the unfortunate passing of a baseball Hall of Famer, Roy Halladay. He was found. He crashed a plane, fatal crash, unfortunately. Yeah, doing extreme acrobatic stunts whilst on high levels of amphetamines when he fatally crashed his plane. Now, that's not particularly good news, but it's fucking odd. And if you read it, it's
Yeah,
it's a
like
more interesting way to go out. I mean, today we lost Howard Finkel,
The Fink. Oh, the
wrestling
Fink.
announcer, and it's a horrible way to go. This, on the other hand, is an absolutely fabulous way to go. Just
yeah,
not to disrespect his family or
Yeah.
anyone close to him, but wow, that's. And then my second piece is about a guy who survived a plane-related incident, which is a French man who accidentally ejected himself from a fighter jet. Um, he was experiencing high levels of anxiety. His heart rate was about 140 beats a minute before he even got in the plane.
He's 64 years old.
Yeah, he was given the experience as a gift, and he felt he couldn't turn it down. So he got
Oh,
in the
fuck.
plane,
Who doesn't like him? Poor bastard.
panicked, grabbed onto the emergency exit thing, which is a similar pull handle to the sort of thing you'd have in your car, and then released himself into the sky. So that was quite spectacular. He did
Oh,
survive because it
mate.
had the automatic
I,
parachute.
do you know what? I fear falling and heights. That is my worst. That is like my worst idea.
I
They
don't
are
think you'd know
Imaginable.
what
intrinsically
was
related,
happening though.
falling
It
and
just happened
heights.
so quick.
Well, falling
Like
happens quick. It wasn't
well,
happening
no,
for
like it
him.
would happen
He was
so
hanging on
quick.
to his
Like
seat
you
with a
probably wouldn't know what's
fucking
happening until like
jumper
the
above
chute
him.
launch because it would just be so much adrenaline.
Oh, you're right. That's so much better. Just be suddenly shot into the air, even further up than you already were. I'm sure. I'm sure he was fine with it.
They
Or
didn't
just
even make it up to their target flight. I was gonna
height,
say height. What's the word?
flight height,
Flight
altitude.
height, altitude.
Altitude.
They got about 60% of the way before he ended up panicking. So he's not even Top Gun. He's medium gun.
No.
So unfortunate for him, but that's the story of a French man having a panic attack in a plane. So
Oh. Poor
that's
Frenchman.
Oh, poor
or
Pierre.
Frenchman, that's why they lost. So next piece of news, let me just change the slider here, is about fucking nosy neighbours. People get involved. So
Oh, I read about this. This is good.
yeah, police raiding Liverpool Comedy Club after a live stream mix-up. They were streaming some old content to try and sort of stay relevant at the moment, keep people entertained. Someone saw that and thought, "Oh, we can't be having this 20+ people gathering." They reported it to the police. Police raided. No one there.
You're
Absolutely
right. Do you know
ridiculous.
it says Liverpool Comedy Club? Why did you put on a really weird Welsh accent?
I have been living in Wales for about 12 years, so it comes and goes.
And to be fair, Scouse isn't that dissimilar to Northern Welsh.
What the fucking that was? That was.
Absolute boss. Yeah, anyway, moving on. So, I'm just going by people I talk to who are from Liverpool. Anyway, I probably could affect a better one if I could hear my own voice, but with these headphones, I can't hear a single thing.
There was that guy, the guy from The Apprentice, photoshopped himself into his own garden having a garden party, and people were kicking off that because he had like 5 different shots of himself in like different clothes, and he just like photoshopped himself in his garden, like reacting to different things, and he was like, "Ooh, having a garden party," and people were kicking the fuck off. They were like, "You're so fucking irresponsible."
How dare he use his
You know how
creative
the
skills
Twitter
with
spiral
Photoshop?
works. Yeah, well, you know, that's how Twitter works, doesn't it? You show people something, they just fucking react straight away.
Yeah, people kind of want to be a bit angry about it, sort of start a cancel campaign against him. It's really strange. Moving on to the last cheeky little bit of news. In a similar vein, about your neighbours, it is. Sorry, it just
With sword, please.
with sword. No, the source is the police.
With a sword, please.
The sword police.
I want to know more stories about the sword, please.
I will try and find you more
fucking
stories.
Highlanders walking around the place. Sean Connery just commanding them.
Well, does that mean there can
They
only
are
be
not
one?
the police in Highlander.
The
picture of the
sword,
guy
please.
with
Is
a
he
play
head
button in
sword,
front of his
please?
face.
I hate it when that happens.
What's that?
I was just looking at the play button on his face.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a simple story. No word on what the suspect was listening to before the alleged attack, but it just seems like an extreme response. I think everyone's cooped up at the moment, and it's easy to get really frustrated with your neighbours. So I just thought it was an entertaining story.
There was that lady in America who was like a Scottish lady, and like she was playing the music loud, and like this American guy came down to tell her to turn her bass off, and she told him in a very strong Scottish accent to go back to his own country. They were in America.
Wow.
Strong Scottish lady.
That's a new level of intimidation.
It's not even hers, it's the Irish. The Irish belong in America, not the Scottish. She got it all wrong. I've been watching The Departed recently.
I can tell. But that's all from me in terms of news. So 4 pieces. A plethora of news.
Strong news week. It comes in and goes with news, doesn't it?
People
I
do
suppose
struggle.
like the more people are staying inside, the crazier they're becoming.
Yeah, but the less it's being reported as well. So people are getting crazier. So as soon as the borders are open and people can go out, then we're going to get some real fucking news.
Yeah, like it'll hit a fever pitch on it. But the thing is there going to be so much fucking batshit news that...
Never mind.
I thought it was a pun as well, but I couldn't think of it.
Not a pun. Sorry.
Poor taste. Too soon, Danny.
Yeah, but like surely a lot of these news stories are going to go under the radar.
True.
So I just assume everything you say is a pun of some kind, and so whenever you make a point like that, I just go, "Where was the pun?"
Under the radar? I was talking about planes earlier.
Radar.
It's like...
I'm not some court jester, all right?
Okay, fine.
That's fair. Good.
But yeah, it's bizarre news, but there's not a lot of it. Obviously, I did the same thing as Danny. I looked for Florida man news, and there wasn't a huge amount.
No Florida man. No random levitating bins this week to keep us all occupied and arguing for hours.
I know. That fucking bin. I don't think they had people arguing. I don't think it was like the dress. You know, is it white and gold or is it black and blue?
That dress.
Bin?
Or that thing where you hear 2 different things on
Oh
the audio.
yeah, I remember that as well.
It's like Yendel and something like that, wasn't it?
Yendel.
Yendel. I don't know. I
Yendel.
think it was something like that. I was hearing whispering voices when I listened to that audio. I don't know about you.
Okay, Ray's gone a bit horror movie on us.
Yeah,
Good thing
my
he's
bad.
in a flat on his own.
Yeah. The end
We're all
flat as
good.
well, so you got nowhere to run to.
Nowhere to run. True. It's factual. So that is all from
Main
my news side.
segment.
Do we have another segment?
The main
I
segment, Steff.
should have
Wait,
read.
wait.
Maybe I should have done some actual research.
You're a shit host.
So anyway, how
There's
about
a
it?
guy who lives opposite me who plays all week. He's been blaring music out of his fucking loft window. Right? He's gone fucking weird. Right? Like last Thursday, it was Guns N' Roses and everything, and like for the majority of the weekend, it was all like rock music and everything. Last night and tonight, he's gone proper fucking 90s pop. I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
Sounds
He's
like
playing
90s
Cher
pop.
earlier. Cher at 6 in the afternoon. Come on now. It's not time for Cher.
What's the acceptable time? It's not like an after 8 Steph. So you can,
Fucking yeah,
you can
yeah,
listen to Cher whenever
Cher
you want.
around about 10:30, 11 o'clock on a
In the
Saturday,
morning.
maybe a Friday. Couple of drinks, pretending you can do auto-tune. That's fun. 6 o'clock in the
okay.
afternoon.
I
It's
think
not a
Cher
Cher
would
time.
disagree with you. That's
Oh,
But if you
fucking-
could turn back time, it'd be the appropriate time.
what a great
Oh,
intro.
I'm doing this one. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I was doing the intro for it. Yeah.
What is Spotify?
What? Ray, why have you written down Spotify?
Oh, no, sorry. Sorry.
Do you have that one just like popping up like every 90 seconds just in case?
It's
Sorry.
appropriate. Anybody who's got 23 minutes in, if they're listening to this, good on them.
I'm very sorry about this week. This is what happens when I'm chosen to host. Anyway,
we alternate.
this week we're going to do Spotify. So 2 weeks ago we did Desert Island Discs. And last week with Lee Shears, Wonder Years, we did songs with countries in them. And this
Places.
week,
Locations,
places,
yeah.
You chose that topic
places,
as well.
places are things, places are kinds of locations. So this week we're going to do songs that have been in movies, films, I
Correct.
think.
Sounds
Is that
fair.
what we're doing?
That's what
Good.
I've gone for.
I only found out about 2 hours ago, so that was good.
That's probably because you don't read the WhatsApp.
Don't read the WhatsApp. Don't read anything.
Okay, I was just moving the thing around just for fun there.
I like having this thing at the bottom of the screen because, like, it's bite-sized chunks of things I can read and jogs my memory. It's good. Anyway, so we're gonna play 4 songs, and then someone's gonna put them on Spotify. Ray probably will put them on Spotify because he knows how to use Spotify without swearing and shouting at it. So Ray, why don't you kick us off?
Me first, yeah. Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
My first song is "Princes of the Universe" by Queen. So that is expected, yes, but appropriate.
Oh,
So
it's 2
obviously,
mentions of Highlander in one night. That's good.
it's true. It's true. I have I'm fully engorged right now. So Princes of the Universe by Queen, the only song on the album that was credited only to Freddie Mercury, but that they wrote this entire album after watching the film without any music, and it's a special song, man. It's so powerful, so powerful. So choice number 1, Princes of the Universe.
Yeah.
That's my first one.
Hey.
Now,
Danny
Steph,
the
because you didn't
Crane.
tell us yours, by the way, I didn't create cards for your one.
Oh.
So
Technically, I did tell you mine. It was just during my internet blackout, so
okay.
it's not really my problem.
Oh.
Fuck you, Sky.
Fuck you, Sky.
Fuck you, Sky. Right, I'll go. Right. So my first choice is "The End of Heartache" by Killswitch Engage. Right, which appears
Okay.
literally right at the end of the first Resident Evil film, like
Yes,
as the
it does.
credits comes up. So
Okay.
it's got like quite a somber ending, and it all goes quiet, and then suddenly just a massive guitar riff to make sure you know it's time to fuck off and leave the cinema.
So the whole point of the song is to not listen to it.
Isn't that the point of most songs? It's punk, isn't it?
I don't think anyone needed a prompt to get out of the cinema after Resident Evil. I think everyone was fully prepared to get the fuck out
You
of there.
see Mila Jovovich, and then you're like, I'm good now, and then you can just leave because that's the only thing worth watching in that first film. I agree.
I still think it's the strongest one of them as well.
Yeah, that's the
I
worst
don't know.
thing.
The cheese grater scene was quite cool.
Oh, when Colin Salmon gets filleted.
Yeah, the English guy doing the American accent very badly.
Yeah.
Strong. Anyway, yeah. So kill switch engage.
It's like super bad.
So yeah, kill switch engage in Resident Evil End of Pike. That's actually the radio edit as well, which was the only version I knew for a while. And then when I bought the album, there's a lot more screaming in it, and I was not prepared.
Better or worse?
The studio version's a lot worse. The studio version's a lot better than the theatrical release.
Cool, we'll add that one.
But it did just scare 14-year-old me because there was a lot more screaming than I anticipated.
Fair enough. That's a good first choice.
Danny the Crane.
My first choice is Ashes by Celine Dion. It's from Deadpool 2. Remember the theme for that?
Oh, so good. So
It's
good.
like
It's very
a grand,
emotional.
almost Bond-esque theme.
is it?
And yeah, basically, the song was written for the movie, and Ryan Reynolds approached Celine Dion to sing it because, of course, that's what Ryan Reynolds would do. He'd pick a Canadian that no one would expect to sing it. And yeah, it's very powerful. It's a very good song. And yeah, it rolls over the credit sequence when you've got the Bond-esque montage, and it has quite an epic music video that was directed by David Leitch, who directed the film as well. It's worth watching, whether you like Celine or not. But yeah.
Why didn't he go
choice.
for Avril Lavigne, who is the far superior Canadian singer? Or
Lyme
Shania Twain?
disease.
Chad Kroger.
She's over that now. That was fucking years ago. She's fine now.
Deadpool 2 was
Make
2
Avril
years
great again.
ago. Can you imagine
Not
if it was
having this
Chad
shit.
Kroger that sang
It's
that?
a fucking conspiracy.
Now that is a film
I
I'd
was
watch.
so close. I
Bring
was so
Josie Scott
close
with
to
him.
putting. I was so close to putting that fucking Spider-Man song in.
Hero. Is it Hero?
Yeah.
I was so close to putting that in this.
Well, the thing is, the going back to Ashes, it comes right after the bit where a traumatic thing happens in the film at the start, which sets up the film, and it does hit you quite hard. And then when it plays again at the end, it has all that extra emotional baggage and gives you a surprising amount of weight to such a fucking
Silly
stupid
film, yeah.
concept film. But it's a fun film. It's I approve of that choice.
I haven't seen it.
You've not seen Deadpool 2?
No.
That surprises me.
Absolute savage.
Watch it.
I don't know.
I thought we watched it together. I'm pretty sure you have.
I'm pretty certain we watched it together.
Nope.
Okay.
Unless I've completely forgotten about it. Nope.
Likely.
Boom. Ray. Number 2, Ray.
Following on from the Bond-esque theme, I've gone for You Know My Name by Chris Cornell. This is the song from the start of Casino Royale, and it's a fucking banger of a song, if I was going to use my Welsh vernacular. And it perfectly fits that intro sequence and helps to give you the realization you're watching a different kind of Bond film, because it was Daniel Craig's first one. It was the 2006, whatever it was. The producers approached it. They wanted a really strong male voice for the song, and well, you couldn't pick anyone with a stronger voice than Chris Cornell.
Could have gone for Chad Kroger.
Chad
Kroger was busy fucking Avril Lavigne.
Oh, mate, that song would be a completely different fucking song if he sung it. Can you imagine?
He would interject "You Know My Name" by also putting in his name at the end.
Oh my name.
You know my name. Chad Kroger. So yeah. So
yeah, it does show like it's a totally very different film from kind of anything that's come before, because like I can't think of any Bond song prior to that was kind of that muscular and aggressive in a sense.
Except for Madonna's one.
What about that fucking Living Daylights song?
I love that. That is a really good song. And not enough credit goes to Timothy Dalton Bonds. But yeah, the video that goes along with this, the whole casino themed one, oh mate, it's just on its own, it's a great little thing to watch. 4 minutes. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, that's my second song.
Awesome. I've clicked off the thing and I can't find where the camera is.
I haven't got
Oh,
corona,
I
by
can
the way.
see.
I've just got hay fever.
Ray fever.
Boom. Right, my next song is "Can I Play with Madness" from The Chemical Wedding. It's not. It's not. It's definitely not.
Oh.
Oh no.
Never watched that film. Never.
You watched it with me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just telling people
okay.
never to watch it. Ray,
Public
never watched The
service
Chemical
Pretty
Wedding.
bad.
That is more you know. Never watched that film. It's very long.
What
Like-
was it again? I missed what it was.
The Chemical Wedding.
The Chemical Wedding. It's a film written by Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden,
Oh.
and it's not directed by him, is it?
No, but he does have like a cameo in it right at the start.
Yeah, where he plays a blind man. It's
Okay.
arguably the best part. Oh, you know, he's an old man, isn't he?
He's a man with glasses, Steff. So visually impaired but not blind.
Same thing, innit?
Well, they're not all like you.
Anyway, it's arguably the best part of the film, as is my "Can I Play with Madness" turning up on the radio, and you may as well stop it after that. And it's long. Anyway, my next song is "Living Dead Girl" by Rob Zombie, and it comes in the Bride of Chucky film, which is pretty much when Tiffany gets resurrected, and it's brilliant because she's a living dead girl. Yeah, love Chucky films.
Underrated
the
the Chucky
nose.
films.
Yeah.
The new one's
yeah.
on Netflix.
Is it really?
Yeah, the reboot. I've not seen it, but I've heard it's atrocious.
Can we brilliant. Even
Can we-
better.
Can we wrap this up
Can we
then?
speed this up? I didn't know that was on. All right, actually Friday tomorrow. That's Friday's viewing pleasure. I can't wait now. Yeah, no, that's it's a really cool late 90s industrial stomp, which has got a nice little groove in it because it's Rob Zombie and it's cool as hell. So yeah, no one can listen to that and not like it. Because if you can, you're weird. Danny, your turn.
My next song is "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal, which is on the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Fucking hell.
That's actually a really good soundtrack for such a forgettable film. It's got like Flaming Lips on it as well, U2. Oh, come on, it's the worst of those films. Like Batman and Robin is much more memorable.
But that doesn't make it good. Batman Forever is a much better film. Much
No,
better.
it's not.
This
No,
is
mate,
the Val
Batman
Kilmer one,
and
isn't it?
Robin, like it misses so many marks, but fuck, I can rewatch that film so
No,
much.
mate. Batman Forever is such a better film.
No, like
Is this
it's
the
even
Val
got
Kilmer one, or is this
yeah,
the
like
first
I
Clooney?
fucking love Val Kilmer, but
Val Kilmer's a great Batman. Don't
yeah,
disrespect,
but the
man.
script is just fucking dog shit.
You're dog shit.
Oh,
It's
too
got
soon.
fucking
Can you hear my chair creaking, by the way?
A little
No.
bit, yeah.
Okay, you
Oh.
can.
Anyways,
Okay,
back to the song. It actually won 3 Grammys that year, so it was for what was it? Best male pop vocal performance, record of the year, and song of the year. And yeah, it was either going to be that, or I was going to pick another song from a Batman film. I'd probably gone with, the Bat Dance from the Prince soundtrack from the first one, but no, went for Seal.
That song we chose to do in karaoke once, and we realized
We
pretty
don't
much
know the
immediately we didn't
lyrics.
know any of the fucking words except for the chorus.
Yeah.
So we kind of just stood there for about 90 seconds, and even the chorus, we were like, yes, oh, good times, good times. Ray, your third choice.
Isn't it your one next, or was it? Did I do mine?
No, it's you, me,
Yeah,
Danny,
it's
you,
Ray,
me, Danny,
yeah.
you.
Me, yep. Okay, so my third one, I changed it last minute, was "Burn" by The Cure. So this was in The Crow, and it plays during the scene where he kind of transforms. It's when he goes back to his apartment and he sees like the stuff that reminds him of his girlfriend and brings up memories and stuff, and that's when he starts getting the face paint and doing the crow makeup and all that. And it's such a good scene, really odd film, controversial in obviously how Brandon Lee died.
Brandon Lee died, yeah.
The whole story of that is bonkers if you read into it, about how they made their own style of dummy bullets by just taking the bullet out.
Do you know
That's
what's
how they
even
did it.
weirder?
If you read into it, it's mental. They were
Do
like,
you know
"Oh no,
what's
we won't
even
get proper dummy ones. We'll just take out the bullet itself," but they left in the firing cap, and it was enough to unfortunately kill him. But
Do you know
yeah,
what's weirder than that? Is the fucking Bruce Lee film where they did like 2 years before Brandon Lee dies, where it's basically like semi-autobiographical, where like this fucking demon is trying to kill Bruce Lee, but Bruce Lee is like, fuck you, and like demon can never get close to him. So in the end, the demon goes, fuck it, I'll go after his son instead. But Brandon Lee was still alive, and then he died 2 years
It's
later.
about as weird as Bruce Lee's last film. I mean, Bruce Lee's the last film he did, he died halfway through filming, so they filmed the start of the film, the end of the film, so they didn't have him for the middle part. So they made this convoluted plot where he faked his death, and they just had another guy wearing a disguise for the middle part of the film, like a fake beard and glasses, for all of this. They even showed footage from Bruce Lee's real fucking funeral in the film.
Fucking hell.
And then like it gets into the third act where he's like climbing the tower, fighting all of the the martial arts masters, and he's like, "All right, I can take my disguise off now, and then go in this sweet yellow jumpsuit." Fucking mad.
that's
Brilliant.
very Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, isn't it? With Heath
Yeah,
Ledger, the way that all those actors chipped in to play him, and the story was, I think that it was just that he kept changing or something. I
I think so.
can't
It's been a
remember it
while
that
since I've
well.
seen it.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never seen it.
but there we are. That was Burned by The Cure. Just such a good,
Yeah.
intense song.
Do you know my favourite thing that The Cure have done recently, bar that Glastonbury set, was when they were getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Have you seen that?
No.
It's brilliant. There's like this woman that they're like on the Hollywood like walk of thing, and she's like a reporter. She's like a reporter, and she's like, oh my god, it's The Cure. Oh my god, guys, you're getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tonight. I'm so excited. How do you feel? Are you as excited as I am? And like Robert Smith is just like, obviously not, and just like walked past her.
Mate, musicians just, except for Lee, can be very pretentious. Lee of
Nah, Lee.
Strange Orchid.
No, Lee could be a pretentious ass as well. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. I don't like
Boom,
besmirching his good name while he's not here. Let's wait till he's back on, then bring that back
right.
up.
Yeah.
Well, he can bring that back up, and then we can have a beef.
Yeah, can have beef.
A beef. A beef.
Have a beef.
Right.
But for now, put that beef away.
Okay. This is me
My
putting the
next.
beef away. Beef's gone.
Continue.
You good now? You got ready?
Yeah, continue.
You got rid of your beef, right? Good. My next song is. Fuck, I lost it. Right, professional. Professional as it
Okay.
gets. My next song, keeping up. Fuck, I'll chuck something at you.
What? What?
It's not emo.
Sorry, I'm having a lot of fun with the title cards here. Continue,
My next
Steff.
song, keeping up the goth theme, not the emo theme, the goth theme, is Pretending by Him, right? Which appears in a film called Haggard, right? If you've never seen
Haggard.
Haggard, right? No one's ever heard of Haggard, right? This is Haggard. Some goth
Haggard.
crap, yeah. It is a
Okay.
fucking. Where's the webcam? It is a film by Bam Margera, around about the time of CKY. It is an independent film made by himself and Brandon Lee Maceo and everyone like that. It is a truly dreadful film. I love it. It's awesome. And it's got loads of him songs in it because he was just pals with him at the time.
Yeah, he was
So-
all in on him, wasn't he?
Yeah. So
That's
Vila
like-
Vela just let him basically have the back catalogue and they've just got loads of them. Yeah, it's absolutely atrocious. Well worth your time. It's brilliant.
So what was the song again?
Oh, it's Pretending. I
Okay.
just picked one at random because there's like every one of them's on there.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, Danny.
Awesome.
My next song is Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't
or
ready.
Uh,
There we go.
Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. or also the rip-off song of Huey Lewis and the News' "I Want a New Drug." And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it does sound like a rip-off, but I prefer Ghostbusters. Also, when I was researching this a bit, I found out that you remember the Rasmus?
yeah.
They did a version of
Ooh.
this.
Did they really?
I've been watching.
Oh,
Yeah,
can we speed this up? I really need to go listen to that. That must be
yeah, it's
fucking
on
Please
like
do
atrocious.
not.
an album they
I
released in
only know
like
that one song,
1996.
In the Shadows.
I listened to it earlier, and it's a fairly like by the books cover, but it's interesting.
I like how you started with the song you actually chose and then just deviated off. It's
To the
just,
Rasmus. That's
Yeah.
more Finnish goth metal as well,
you
mate.
start. You started off in the light. Now you're in the shadows.
Okay, well, I picked Ghostbusters as well because I fucking love Ghostbusters.
Who doesn't?
Like, yeah, bad people.
Evidently, Universal Pictures.
Ghosts. I don't think the ghosts like Ghostbusters.
Fuck it.
The Mushroom Man. He's not a big fan of the
Mushroom Man.
Ghostbusters. The Mushroom Man.
You
The
mean the
Muffin Man.
Marshmallow Man?
No, Marshmallow Man. Mushroom. Oh fuck.
The Pillsbury
Mushrooms and
Doughboy.
mushroom. Fuck off. They're all the same.
Poppin' Fresh.
The Michelin Man. You know the one I mean.
The Sugar Monster. What are you on about? Tony the
Fucking
Tiger.
brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Ghostbusters
Ghost
by
Rider.
by Ray Parker Jr. Ray Parks Jr. Whatever his chops is.
Rosa
Ray.
Parks Jr.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Ray, what's your final song?
I was not ready for this. So my final song is from Dumb and Dumber, and it is "Boom Shakalak" by Apache Indian. And if you don't know the song, you hear it, you know it immediately. It's an integral part of that film. And like the more that the actual song itself doesn't have a particularly interesting story associated with it, but Apache Indian does. The guy. Um,
He was actually
so-
Cherokee.
well, no, despite the name, he's actually Eastern Indian, and from a Punjabi family. Grew up in Birmingham, and
Oh.
then but grew up in like the mix of like reggae culture and stuff like that, and that's what sort of brought it about. But that song, it won the award. I think it was best reggae music video 1974. Well, I think it was the what did I write down as just the Black Music Awards in London. So
That's cool.
it's a fun music video. It's so 90s, it hits you hard. But yeah, it's so good. It's so good. This so far, hell of a playlist. Hell of a playlist.
Yeah.
That's my choice. Boom Shakalak by Apache Indian. Boy.
Boom. Boom. My final choice is Disposable Teens by Marilyn Manson.
Sorry, there we go. I was late with the cue cards. Sorry.
Not even goth crap, well, technically, but no.
Okay, sorry,
It's not.
sorry.
More industrial. Fucking yeah. Should be. It's from the movie Blair Witch 2: Book of Shadows, which is a misunderstood classic of a movie.
You
It's
can't
just
even say that with a
Shadows.
straight fucking face.
it's a misunderstood classic.
I
Yeah.
think it's understood pretty well.
Oh no, it's really misunderstood. It's like got like loads of like interference from the fucking studio is making them like do reshoots and everything. Do you know what's called like Book of Shadows for like no reason? It's because the producers put that in there. They didn't want that in there. They made them like they spliced everything up in the wrong order, so it was meant to like run as one continuous film, but actually end up being spliced up. It's a fucking outrage.
Isn't there another film with Book of Shadows as the
It's called
like
yeah, it's called
post
it's called.
colon?
Oh no, it's just called Book of Shadows.
Yeah, no,
It's just another
that
film
sounds
called Book of
familiar.
Shadows.
Yeah.
Anyway, Blair Witch 2. Basically, the director wanted to have like some Sinatra song in it because he thought that would be quite mellow and quite calming. But the producers were like, "No, stick a Marilyn Manson song in there."
Did he want it in there sort of ironically, almost like with Fallout when you have the sort of 50s music and
Well, what he was trying to do in this film was because Blair Witch is like, it's iconic, right? It's like one of the first ever found footage films, and so when you're doing a sequel to the Blair Witch Project, the obvious
Found again
route.
footage.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't really do that again. So what he thought he would do is he would have like this psychological film about these people that were manipulated by the media and manipulated by what they'd seen, basically making fun of the audience that believed that that found footage was real in the first place, which is why it's a misunderstood classic, because when they gave it into the producers were like, no fucking way, go back and reshoot it. Which is
Shit.
why, yeah.
So is this like original? Is this original cut floating around anywhere, or?
Or is it going to be
No.
like the Snyder cut where everyone's demanding it? And by everyone, I mean 12 people.
Yeah.
No, it never. Well, he has a cut of it, but no one's ever going to release it because no one gives a fuck about the Blair Witch Project anymore and things like that. So that'll
Yeah.
never come to light, which is a shame. But anyway, they want him to stick this song in it. So yeah, the reason he wanted Sinatra in it was because it was meant to be like this mellow movie that would build and build and build into a psychological thriller, essentially. But they were like,
Gotcha.
nah, fuck it. So they were like, oh, started off with the Marilyn Man. I'm on my own.
Sorry.
What's happened?
Sorry, I couldn't help it. My bad. I am an adult. No, it is actually quite interesting what you were saying. I was just being a dick. Sorry.
So anyway, yeah, so they stuck. So you just went, "Oh, stick a Marilyn Manson song," and it's they picked "Disposable Teens," which is off the Hollywood album "In the Shadow of the Valley of Death," and it's one of the heavier tracks with some very problematic lyrics for politicians at the time.
That was very
Disposable Teens.
carefully chosen with your words there, Steff.
It's a really good album. It's like really an angry political album, which is misunderstood once again because people just think Marilyn Manson worships the devil.
He doesn't only worship the devil.
He doesn't only worship the devil.
He also brews his own beer.
Mate, if you read his fucking book, he does more than brew his own beer. It's fucking weird. Don't read that book. She's squeamish.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he looks like a bizarro version of Nicolas Cage.
Have you seen that picture of Nicolas Cage and Marilyn Manson? No, have you seen it?
Son.
No, it's Nicolas Cage and Marilyn Manson doing a fucking selfie. It's
Please don't
weird.
tell me you're going to put that photo against the camera. Please, just browse on your phone.
Technology.
Get off the phone.
I'm gonna find it. I have to prove that's real.
Okay. Sorry.
I can't find the one that's Nick Cage. Nick Cage.
Okay,
Anyway.
sorry.
Anyway, right, that's fine. Danny, what's your song?
My final song is the theme from Shaft, from the film Shaft by
Whoops, wrong one.
Hayes.
I put my alternate in there by accident. Sorry.
By Isaac Hayes. So apparently Isaac Hayes originally got involved in this film because he actually wanted to be the lead in it, to play John Shaft. So like when he was kind of like trying to get involved, he actually discovered that Richard Roundtree had already been cast, and they were like, do a song for it. So we did like 3 songs for it, one of them being theme from Shaft. It's iconic, it's cool, it's sexy, it's effortless. Yeah, that Isaac Hayes. And yeah, he ended up doing the whole the score for it as well because they were just so impressed by his music. And yeah, obviously he's iconic as Chef from South Park, and dying horrifically as Chef from South Park for being a fucking weird Scientologist.
It wasn't just for that. There were other reasons, but yeah.
Oh, he was molesting kids. The character of Chef.
There we go. And
I know it's no story of Danny and not the views of TLC as a whole.
Yeah, no story
button
up at the bottom, so don't worry about it.
None of that squirrel busting.
Oh, careful now.
Yeah, go for him.
But sorry, yeah, that's I love that theme. I was gonna pick Superfly by Curtis Mayfield, but I've not actually seen the film Superfly, so I thought that'd be a bit of a cheat. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Strong.
Them guys. Steff, can you move your head to the right when I move my hand?
Oh,
Yeah,
go
sort of.
faster.
It's a bit delayed, but it's like I was pulling on a cord, and then his head just goes like.
It's because I wasn't really looking. Do you want to try it again?
No, not really.
Which way's the right? Which way's the right?
Sorry. Okay.
Anyway, well, thank you for that, Danny. My favorite Shaft moment is in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when they get married to it, and that is that. So, any other news or things to do?
I think that's pretty much it.
I've got something I prepared that we could say. I just thought, since everyone's in isolation, I'd give you
Have you
a
written us a poem?
freebies. No, it's a
Please tell me you've
freebies
written
thing,
us a
just to
poem,
tell people
so we can
what
just
shit
leave.
is free that I've noticed.
Steff, I'll mute you.
All right.
No, it's just for people listening. If you're looking for something to do, it's just things I've noticed that are free recently. So on Comixology, if you read comics, there's a series of free comics. You can get the first volume of Hellboy, Avengers vs. X-Men, Civil War. They're free. Steff told me the other day that 9 Inch Nails have released actually 2 albums for free on their website that you can download. Steff's listened to them. I have not yet.
They're not necessarily. If you're already feeling a bit down, I wouldn't listen to them. They won't help you.
Free.
But they are free.
And as of today on PlayStation 4, they've released a couple of free games, so you can get the Nathan Drake collection for free, and that's to keep for the whole time, so it's not a trial. And the game Journey.
So glad I bought that for 20 quid.
So yeah,
it's the curse of the PlayStation Store, mate. It's what it does to you. But yeah, that's an extra gift on top of the PS Plus Uncharted 4. So you got the whole thing other than the smaller games.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's a lot of time you can spend. Steff, you've been diving deep into that, haven't you? What's your review of Uncharted as a whole?
Uncharted 1, good.
Has it aged
Uncharted
well?
2, very good. Yeah, they're all like HD remakes essentially. So yeah,
except for 4.
Yeah. Number 1 and really 2 are really, really good. I think number 3 is a bit ropey, but 4's good so far.
There are lots of ropes in it. You do a lot of swinging.
A lot of swinging.
No, 2 also has spiders for no fucking reason. That pissed me off. Big time.
It does in 3, yeah. Yeah, Uncharted, good series of games. To be fair, you can do the first game in literally about 5 hours. It's not very long.
Okay.
Even I managed it.
No, quality of quantity.
Yeah, we're not Rancid albums, right?
Sorry.
That was a good slip.
Sorry, Danny. Any more free shit?
No, those were just the things I noticed. I mean, obviously next week, if I've spotted anything else, I'll bring it up. But yeah, so if you want it.
I like it, and that's on top of all the stuff we mentioned in the first episode with the free zoo tours and Pornhub Premium and all that shit as well. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. Companies being bros, so good on them. I think Sony. Yeah, Sony also, not just to jump on the PlayStation thing, they put together a fund of about 100 million to help the developers, like indie developers, who are making games for PlayStation 4, just helping them to stay afloat because, man, their only income is sales of the game really, unless they license it to Sony. So they're just getting wiped out. So they've put together that fund, which is helping keeping them afloat. It's a really small and significant thing in the grand scheme of things, but in the games world, that's pretty cool. So yeah.
Do you know what I've just realized is that when this is all over, we can go back and check how much our facial hair has grown combined. Because Ray's actually got some stubble on his face now. It's the most I've ever seen there in my life.
Okay.
Danny's just grows weirdly strong and good. But I still have nothing here.
Steff, the more I feel like it's because, like, maybe if you embrace technology more instead of renouncing it, you'd look less Amish.
Yeah, stop living in an Amish paradise, Steff.
No.
It's that's fair enough. Yeah, I have the same thing. It doesn't grow there. It's kind of weird, but I'm okay with it. It's not something I'm actively thinking about. It just kind of grows. But yeah, it will be quite interesting to see how we progress. Just generally, our sanity and our facial hair.
And also, again, same offer as last week. We didn't get the 5 shares. If we get 5 shares, I'll grow a Joe Exotic mustache, or I'll shave it into a Joe
Yeah,
Exotic.
come on, people. Let's get that sorted, shall
Get the
we?
5
Oh, yeah.
shares. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah. And
Then Ray will get a mullet.
I mean, I'll do that anyway because mullets look fucking great, mate. All business up front, party out back.
I'll get a couple of earrings in my ear, and then you can spruce our faces together, and we'll make it one Joe Exotic.
How do you spruce someone's face together?
I don't know.
We
You're
could do
the
a
IT.
composite of our faces, like the 3
Yeah,
of
that's
us.
what I meant. Composite. Spruce
think
composite. It's the same shit.
Look, we all have strong features that are very different. So I think it would look like I don't think you could create a good composite because there's not enough of the faces to do it. There's only the 3 of us. It would look like Martin Keown. It'd be horrible.
Oh, sexy Keown.
Sexy Keown.
Sexy Keown.
But yeah. But also we have a couple of things going on Facebook at the moment.
I was meant to do that at the beginning.
We are asking our viewers, listeners, to go onto the Facebook group, Tables, Lads, and Chairs. That's where you can find all of our content that we make, including our new celebrity sponsorship maker, I suppose, is a way to put it. Put your results in the comments, and I'll try and make a dirty little Photoshop of it, or one of us will. But yeah,
mine will be a hand drawn disaster. So
yeah.
warning.
While you're at it, like
On some light paper,
like all the posts, add emojis to all the posts.
You'll probably have a
Subscribe,
penis drawn on it as well.
you dirty bugger.
All I can draw are penises. Not even
Sorry,
good
I need
penises.
to bring the ticker back. Hang on. There we go. There it is.
Oh, mate. If you have a child and you teach that child to draw, I look forward to that. It's like, look! It's a great big throbbing cock.
I'm so proud of you, son. He's just got 2 cock pictures on the fridge, one of his child's. Drawing, not his child's cock.
I try and make them mountainous so that they can blend into a background.
Good God, why are the ends of the balls so hairy? And why do the balls have ends?
What do yours look like?
Let's see that again. It's like if Wolverine's penis and balls had the claws, the Wolverine claws.
It's mountainous. It's beautiful.
That's just beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Okay.
Mountainous. Right. Well done, team. I think we're out. I really need a pee. So, we have a Patreon. Go to our do we have a Patreon? We don't have a Patreon.
Not at the moment, but I could set it back up, I suppose.
Sorry, pretend I didn't say that. We don't have a Patreon at all.
As much as I'd love to say we had one. Go ahead.
I just listen to other podcasts. That's what they say at the end. I thought I just went full into swing mode. Anyway, we don't have a Patreon. Pretend I didn't say that. Bye.
Cool. There we go. I guess. Bye.
Say goodbye, Ray.
Yeah, short wave. And then wave at each other like the Brady Bunch.
Oh, fucking hell. Say goodbye, Danny. Bye.
And end.